We begin this hour with some breaking news. U.S. presidential candidate Hillary Clinton looks set to become the Democratic nominee in the race for the White House after a strong performance in Tuesday's primaries. Clinton declared victory in front of a crowd of supporters in New York after winning the nominating contest in New Jersey. She also took New Mexico as well as South Dakota, extending her lead over rival Bernie Sanders. And the White House has just said that President Barack Obama has congratulated Clinton for securing the delegates necessary to clinch the Democratic nomination for president.
Thanks to you, we've reached a milestone. The first time in our nation's history that a woman will be a major party's nominee for president of the United States. Tonight's victory is not about one person. It belongs to generations of women and men who struggled and sacrificed and made this moment possible.
All right, let's get more on this. Tetiana Anderson joins us live from Los Angeles. Tetiana, we just heard there a unifying tone in Clinton's speech there. Can we call her the presumptive nominee now?
Well, you know, she's done extremely well on Tuesday. She won contests in New Mexico, New Jersey, South Dakota. The polls here in California just closed, so it's too early to call, but she already has a large lead over Bernie Sanders, and only single digits are reporting at this point. And here in California, she was expected to do well. She picked up the endorsement of the state's governor recently here in California, and, you know, she's got support. So all of that is giving her a boost, as for calling her the presumptive nominee here in California. I think she sort of did that overarchingly in the speech that she gave in New York. And I'm here with a group of Hillary's supporters, Hollywood for Hillary. And if you were listening to them a bit earlier, Alijan, I think they would agree that she is, in fact, the presumptive nominee.
Okay, now listening to her speech in New York, the former Secretary of State praised her late mother, saying that she taught her a great deal. She said, quote, "She taught me never to back down from a bully," which turns out to be pretty good advice. Do you think this is going to be one of the major themes, the tones in the general election looking forward? Is this going to, should be taking jabs at Trump?
Well, you know, she's pivoted away from this nominating contest about a week and a half ago to focus on Donald Trump. So the fact that she said that in this speech in Brooklyn, New York, I think is a very good indication of where she's going to be going in her campaign. And, you know, it's no secret that Donald Trump has had some women problems, not just with Megyn Kelly from Fox News after that debate that he had early on in the contest. Women who've worked for him have come out and said that, you know, he said some pretty questionable things over the years, but at the same time, Donald Trump has also been praised by some people for holding women up. I mean, he promoted women to positions of power in his businesses at a time that other people would not. But as far as seizing upon this bully tone when it comes to Hillary Clinton, I think that she's likely to do that, especially as things heat up and push towards November, Alijan.
Tetiana, Hillary Clinton also praised Bernie Sanders, her rival, saying that she wanted to congratulate him for the campaign he's run so far. But when you look at it, Sanders hasn't gone yet, has he?
No, absolutely. Sanders has not gone anywhere yet. And as a matter of fact, he said that he has campaign events coming up later this week in Washington, D.C. So I think that's a pretty good indication that he plans to stay in the race. How long he plans to stay in the race is another story. But I think when Clinton was congratulating him on running a decent race, she's also appealing to his voters, because at some point Sanders is going to have to make the decision whether or not to bow out. And when he does, if he does make that decision, Hillary Clinton wants to look good in the eyes of his supporters in hopes that they'll come over to her camp, Alijan.
Let's look at the Republicans. Interesting words coming out of Mr. Donald Trump. Take a listen. I want to hear what you have to say.
To all of those Bernie Sanders voters who have been left out in the cold by a rigged system, of superdelegates. We welcome you with open arms.
Welcome you with open arms. It seems that Trump is trying to do everything, including meddling in another party's affairs to sway voters away from Hillary. Do you agree?
Well, I don't know if that particular soundbite would be meddling in another party's affairs, but what he's trying to do is the same thing Hillary Clinton is trying to do, to appeal to those Bernie Sanders voters. He has an overwhelming amount of support from younger voters. This is something that both Clinton and Trump need. So Donald Trump wants to try to welcome them into the fold, and polls actually show if there is a Trump-Clinton contest, plenty of Bernie Sanders supporters don't plan on voting for Hillary Clinton. They could choose a third-party candidate. So there's a lot of votes up for grabs, and both Clinton and Trump are going to aggressively go after them, Alijan.
All right, Tetiana Anderson live for us in Los Angeles as we are awaiting the results from the California primaries. Thank you.